It's an exciting day here. This is my new RC transmitter. 10 years ago, I bought a Futaba T8FG. I had used Futaba radios since a child for 50 years. I've had several of them. Not that many, because they just last. They go on and on and on and on. Futaba's one of the original ever RC transmitter manufacturers. They're very, very, very reliable. Now my friends gave me down the road, why don't you just buy one of them $50 transmitters? Well, because I was kind of sold on Futaba. I knew they were reliable. And yes, in the 10 years I've had my T8, my other friends have gone through 3 or 4 other different radios. This is my current Futaba radio. There's nothing terribly wrong with it. We'll discuss that in the next few videos. But it's just your standard RC radio from 40 years ago. Well, maybe 30 years ago. No, shoot, it would be 40 years ago. Late 70s, early 80s. The only thing this is, in addition to just 14 channels of control, is it does have a display and does do a few things like throttle curves and stuff like that, and stores away different models so you can select them in the menu. This is not a touch screen. This jog wheel over here and the center button is all the controls that do anything with the display. So this is far, far from fancy, and I'll still keep it and use it because it's like a rock. This gimbal has a problem right at the top. Right from right there, if you push it up a little place, it feels a little funny there. It'll actually, this is the throttle. If you go up like that, it's never a problem, and if you're flying it, whatever, and doing throttle, it's never, yes, it has been a problem a couple of times. That's how I found it. The problem is when it goes right up there, if you push it too far, it will shut off. Just as if you had done that to the throttle. And you can just let it go and it'll be right back at full throttle, but you gotta watch pushing that to the top. That's the only thing that's happened to it in 10 years. I probably could replace that. Go in there and look. It may just need a little squirt of contact cleaner for all I know. But again, this will just be used in conjunction with the Radio Master. The Radio Master is not to replace this. This is not to replace the Radio Master, of course. I'll be discussing the little reasons I felt I needed to move away from this transmitter. The Futaba uses old style RC receivers, which can be a problem. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a Futaba receiver. This is actually it's a EZ UHF RC receiver, long range, but it is about the same size as the normal Futaba receivers. This is what the new radio works with. Oops. This is a small, actually it is a long range crossfire nano receiver that will work 20 or 30 miles with my system. All sorts of other features of this. With the old radio, I had to put $100 900 megahertz radio on my ground station and a $100 900 megahertz radio in my platform. They are, to say the least, quite heavy. This is a 1 watt. I believe it's 1 watt. This is a 1 watt, 915 megahertz. It's a telemetry radio. It's how I get my telemetry back to my ground station. Well, so there's 2 of these. They're $100 a piece. One on the ground station, one on the platform, whether it be a quad or an airplane or a hexa, octa, whatever. These can now be done away with because this and this radio will do the telemetry for me. So that's $200 per platform that I can get rid of. And I can still have all the functionality of that telemetry. So this decision had been being considered for quite a while now. And basically, it was just made the other day. So let's unbox this bad boy and see what we have. Okay. We'll break the cellophane and then pull it off. Exciting. And another reason for this is I do have a buddy box for the Futaba, so I can let friends fly my platforms and train a little. That's what a buddy box is for. But I don't really have a way, didn't really have a way to fly at the same time with them solo. So them solo and me solo and 2 transmitters. Now I do. This is one of the things everybody likes about this radio. It comes in this nice foam container, which is great for storage and transportation. Also comes with some open TX decals, which I do not use. Don't have anything against them. They don't turn me on. And a T16S quick start guide. That's all that's in the box. Let's see what's in the magic box. Now this is going to be really exciting for me. Yow! Look at that. It isn't just a TX16X, it's a TX16X Max. Wow, check that out. And it's got all the CNC metal parts that's added. Got leather side grips on the side. It just feels good. Got a folding handle on the back. Got a expansion bay for some modules. Got a battery bay in the back with a holder for 2 18650 cells. Oh, nice foam on the back to keep things from rattling around. Sliders. Oh my goodness, you should feel these gimbals. They're not potentiometer gimbals like on my Futaba. They're Hall effects. Wow. Well, that's not my fingerprints. And this is a multi-protocol radio with the ability to control, like, I don't know, 20 or more RC receivers. So I'll set that aside. Oh, look, it comes with a little open TX keychain. I guess those will go the same place the decals go. And here's 4 springs for changing the gimbal and 2 little set screws. Set screws go down inside these gimbal levers, and once you've got the gimbal levers extended to the length you want, then you tighten that set screw down on the inside against the center rod, and it locks it in place. So we'll just put them right back where they were. We have a Radio Master neck strap. We have, I would imagine this was actually some of the parts that were taken out when they put the red CNC on. I'm not sure. On all the reviews I've seen on the internet, I haven't found anybody else that was sure. And we have a little screen protector that's more substantial than the little one I just took off. And we have a USB-C cable for charging and programming and stuff. So that is it. There is nothing else in the box. Not much in here. These radios are about 250 bucks. So they're not the 3,000 or 4,000 that a lot of the other like the Futabas cost. Now there is one problem I've seen with these 2 potentiometers right here. I don't know why, but they're just not well. Don't know if the hole for them's too big. Not sure why they rock around, but I have seen that on others. And we'll see what's going on here. Maybe they'll come out with an update and fix some of that. So there you go. There is the TX16S Max. With all the extra bells and whistles. You know, you can never get anything back in the box like it came out. Or I can never get anything back in the box like it came out. We'll have to charge us up some batteries, and then we'll, dang, what is the deal? Oops. We'll have to charge us up some batteries, and then we will check it out real quick. Let me see, where are they? I got 2 of the Radio Master batteries. 5,000 milliamp hours, lithium ion. They're basically 2 18650s in a package. So there's 2 of these for the radio. They run forever. I'll charge one of them up, and then we will start looking at the radio. Here comes the magic moment. The battery's fully charged, 7.4 volt, and it's time to turn it on. We'll put the battery right here, plug it in. There it is, plugged in. We'll route this inside here for now. Eventually it'll be coming outside the bay through this hole and going up here, but we'll get into that at that time. Ooh, boy, you really have to push hard on that because of all that foam in there. Come on. Ah, boy. Maybe I should read some instructions. Maybe this is supposed to come out. That says charge 2 3.7 volt lithium ions or 2S 7.4 volt LiPo. Do not charge 6.6 volt Li-Fi or 3.6 volt lithium ion cells. That's all it says. Okay. Let's take this back out a second. Boy. And let's try to understand the battery door. It's got a tab right here that locks under here. Got a tab right here, locks under here. And got one up here that seems to go in that slot. So, right there, and close. Very simple. Open. Insert battery connector again. I just use a bamboo skew to seat connectors and stuff rather than pushing on them with my fingers. It's just an old habit from electronics, working with tubes and stuff, using a non-conductor to bang on them, see if they're leaking, that kind of thing. Okay, let's try this again. Shoo. Nothing under the battery. Wires are out of the way. Get that one down in there. Okay. Oops. Okay. We'll take that and put it right down here beside it, and that will keep it out of the way. Okay. Whoa! Well, that just went easily. And that's something I learned long ago from my grandfather. Something not going right, don't force it. You're just going to have a new repair to do that you don't need to have to do. So I sort of looked at what was going on and did it again. With that foam in there, we don't have any looseness of the battery either. That's really killer. Okay, so here comes the magic moment. The first power up.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Wow. Now, first thing I should do, well, it's not really the first thing. Now, I need to hook a USB cable to it, make sure it's got the current firmware in it, and do a couple of more things. Real quick, I'm just going to power it back down. And I'll show you in the bottom here. There's an SD card in the bottom. They come with the SD card with all sorts of stuff on it. Right there's the little SD card. It'll be 250 megabyte and has 150 megabyte on it. Can't remember. I took it out while the battery was charging, and I made a subdirectory on my computer that said original contents of SD card, and I copied everything on that card into that subdirectory well before the radio had even been turned on. Now there is a way in the software when you hook this to a computer to copy the firmware off of this radio as it is right now out of the box. And I will do that next. So real quickly, let's find some, well, actually there's a USB-C cable came with it, wasn't there? So we will connect it to the computer for the first time now. So that is the unboxing of the new Radiomaster TX16S Max. And we'll be going deeper into it, and I'll be going much deeper into the reason why I bought this radio. There's some very, very good reasons for it.